Good morning. Well, it's an absolutely miserably rainy day today, and massive amounts of rain. So much so that I didn't switch off the grey water pump in time, and it's absolutely flooded the garage because it filled two of the bins completely over their limit within like half an hour. Me not catching it, so it's all running down, and the garage is all had like almost, a quarter of an inch of water in it. So not all of it, but a good third at this end down here. So, but the good news is it looks like even with a really heavy rain, which is what we just had, looks like my French drain that I buried about a year ago, that's near the edge of the patio that runs down and crosses under the walkway and then goes into the trench that goes out to the street, is working. It was really running very heavily, so that's a good sign. And then basically now what I got to do is I just got to get the third grey water working today, hooked up, and then I've got to get the pump working for the fountain. And then that way I can use the fountain to store water as well, because why not? It looks like it's going to rain on and off for the next few days, so might as well catch what I can, right? All right, anyways, let's start working on that. Hopefully it works. All right, it's another difficult place to get you into, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the pump, which is this little guy here, which is pretty amazing. I think he's really low wattage, but he runs the fountain. And what I want to do is currently this goes out to the fountain, and what I'm doing is I'm swapping. I want to have a choice to either take the plug at the bottom of the fountain to suck it in, or take the water that comes from the IBCs. So what I need to do is do a splitter on it so that I can choose to add on the IBCs or not. So I'm going to basically disconnect this guy, put him on over here, and then connect from this guy over to the IBCs. That makes sense. Hopefully it does. Anyways, let's give that a go. First thing I'm doing is disconnecting this, put some gloves on, because these pipes wreck your hands. I think that'll work. Actually, that's not going to work, is it? That was stupid. But I think it's too high. It needs to be lower. We'll try it. So yeah, I just tried this, and the pump doesn't work because it's not getting any water from up here. I think it's vapor locking because this is higher than the height of the IBCs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two pieces, join them, and have them kind of go like this instead, which should be fine. Let's try that out. There we go. See if that works. Stuff's happening. Okay. I have that off, so I think the air is... Ooh, it's leaking there. Let's tighten that up. Not surprised. Looks like it's working. Sounds like it. It's leaking like crazy, but I'll have to look at that in a second. Alrighty. Well, I have my remote, so let's see if this pump works. I've got all the connections there. It goes from the bottom of the pump, or the fountain, into the pump, and then back out again, and then it's kind of being added on with the IBC stuff, with the grey water. So let's see if it works. Oh. Sounds like it's doing something. Let's go take a look outside. It normally takes a little bit to get going. It's a very low voltage kind of pump on purpose, so it doesn't spray too much. But once it does get going, it gets just enough height for what we want. My interest is how long it will take to fill it. Turn it off. Turn it on. There it goes. Kinda. It'll sputter for a bit, but then it does get going. Normally. There we go. Sometimes if you turn the pump on and off, it gets the air out. It'll build up in a sec. What I'm looking to see is this edge here. This is all dry. To see if it gets wet, and then I know it's filling up. Looks to be. Alrighty, so the last thing I'm going to do today is to connect the third tank up. And basically I'm going to put a T here, and I put this connector on this end. And then basically just have it like that, and then all three will go up together in the same level, which will be good. Give us more time to fill it. Let's do it. First thing I'll do is shut them all off. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can even them out. Ready? Here we go. Well, I've had a really good day. I got the fountain storing water from my calculations at keeping it about 15 centimeters high in the fountain. That holds about 1,000 liters. So one of those whole IBCs are basically empty. I also connected the last IBC that I have now up to it. So we have 3,000 liters inside the garage, and then we have 1,000 liters in the fountain. So that's pretty awesome. I think that'll be enough to kind of figure out, at least for this summer, how much I'm using, what the plan's going to be, you know, if I need more, how many more. So that's great. So it's been a good day for that. And hopefully the weather stays nice, and tomorrow I'm going to start on that trench. So fingers crossed for me for the weather to be good. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next vid. Cheers.